Buckle up, everyone, because today we're diving into some of the most bizarre, jaw-dropping, and downright insane news stories you'll ever hear. From a train gliding over a pink lake to a bull riding shotgun, this is weird news that feels straight out of a movie. Let's get into it. Imagine this. You're gazing at a bright pink lake, and suddenly a train seems to float right across it. Sounds like a scene from a fantasy movie, right? Nope. This surreal moment was captured in western Siberia, where a freight train appeared to be gliding over Lake Berlinskoye. The lake turns this wild shade of pink thanks to tiny shrimps called Artemia salina. It's a bizarre yet stunning sight that's gone viral, captivating viewers around the world. The footage is going viral because, well, who wouldn't want to see a train floating across a pink sea? Next, Europe is facing an invasion, not of aliens but of super ants. These aggressive ants have stormed countries like Germany and France. Experts are freaking out because they're nearly impossible to get rid of. Originating from the Mediterranean, these ants are spreading fast, and the fight to eradicate them has reached the point where people are calling it a super ant apocalypse. Could we be looking at the next sci-fi horror movie? Super Ants: The Final Invasion. A woman in India has filed for divorce just 40 days after getting married. Why? Her husband refused to bathe more than twice a month. Can you imagine being stuck in that situation? It sparked a big debate on social media, with some users jokingly suggesting smell-proof marriage contracts. Honestly, I can't blame her. Maybe it's time for the husband to discover soap? This one's straight out of a horror film. In Australia, a human foot was discovered in the trunk of a car that had been parked for weeks. Yep, you heard that right. A foot. Authorities are still investigating, and the details are as creepy as they come. So far, nobody knows how or why it ended up there. True crime fans, this one's for you. Now for something a bit lighter, literally. In Nebraska, a man was pulled over by police for driving with a 2,200-pound bull in his car. Yes, a full-grown bull riding shotgun like it's a road trip buddy. The car had been modified to fit the massive animal, and as you can imagine, the sight left everyone in shock. The photos and videos are all over social media, and it's probably the most Nebraska thing you'll see today. Next up, meet Crumbs, the morbidly obese cat who was found living in the basement of a hospital in Russia. Crumbs has become an internet sensation, not just for his size but for his insane eating habits. This cat has captured the hearts of millions who can't get enough of his chunky, cuddly appearance. Honestly, Crumbs might just be the new king of internet cats. Story 7. World's slowest express train. In Switzerland, the Glacier Express is making waves for being the slowest express train in the world. Over 8 hours to cover just 181 miles. But here's the catch. It's all about the journey, not the speed. The train offers some of the most breathtaking scenic views of the Alps, and tourists are loving every second of it. Who knew being slow could be so beautiful? Story 8. Man changes name to literally anybody else. In Texas, a middle school math teacher legally changed his name to, wait for it, literally anybody else. Why? So he could run a write-in campaign for a political position. Yep, now when voters say they want literally anyone else in office, this guy shows up. His unconventional approach has definitely grabbed headlines, but will it win votes? Only time will tell. Story 9. Bedpan collection fails to sell. Imagine collecting bedpans for years, only to find out no one wants them. That's what happened to a woman in England who tried to auction off her quirky collection of antique bedpans. Despite the odd fascination, not a single one sold. But hey, she's definitely won the internet's attention for having one of the weirdest hobbies out there. Story 10. Taxidermist turns rats into showgirls. And finally, a taxidermist in the US has taken taxidermy to the next level by turning dead rats into sexy showgirls, complete with tiny nipple covers and fake eyelashes. While some find it amusing, others are calling it creepy. But one thing's for sure, it's making waves online. Sexy rats. Now I've seen everything. That's all for today's weird and wild news. Which story left you shook? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more crazy news stories.